Continue the celebration, folks.
Might as well start.
We still got to move that one guy move. Sorry. One person made that move.
10 seconds, I know I was not ready to go.
Everybody gets that.
And Linda hasn't given us a sign yet.
All right, it's 6.
There we go. Okay, 6 o'clock, we're in whenever you're ready. Okay, we'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Roll has been taken?
Yes.
Good. First up, we'll entertain a motion for the approval of the minutes of the December 26, 2019 regular meeting.
So moved. Support.
And motion and support. Are there any comments, questions, or corrections on that? Hearing none. Those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. That motion is carried. Next up, we have, under hearings, we need to set a public hearing for Tuesday, January 28, 2020 at 6 p.m. for the purpose of determining whether the following described premises shall be designated and established as an obsolete property rehabilitation district under PA 146 of 2000. The property we're talking about is 110 East Superior, also known as 29-51-031-254-00, and that it's known only to Kathy by that, I think. Okay, what is your pleasure there? Set the
Just
hearing?
set the hearing.
Support.
And motion support. Any comments or questions? Hearing none. Those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, and that motion is carried. Now, get down to the important stuff. First up is consideration of a resolution of appreciation for Mr. Brian Dinwiddie on his retirement from the city of Alma.
Move approval.
Support.
We have a motion and support, so I think we need to read that one now. Is that appropriate time? So I think Brian's here.
He's so excited.
Okay, front and center. No, center, you stay. You'll start the show again this time. So, resolution of appreciation. Whereas certain individuals give unsparingly and unselfish of their time and talents to the city of Alma and its citizens, and whereas Brian Dinwiddie is one such individual who retired on December 20th, 2019 after 43 years and 3 months of service with the Alma Public Library. And whereas Brian has been a hardworking, dedicated employee who has been very valuable to the Alma Public Library, Brian's dedication, cooperative attitude, and ability to get the job done defined him throughout his career with the city. Brian was hired as the director of the Alma Public Library on September 15th, 1976, at the young age of 26 years old. Brian attended Macomb Community College, where he earned his associate's degree, Wayne State University, where he earned a Bachelor of Arts degree, and then earned his MSLS, which is a Master of Science in Library Science from Wayne State University. And whereas Brian has, during his tenure as the director of the Alma Public Library, exemplified what it means to be a community leader and a 21st century librarian through his service to his patrons and his involvement in community organizations. Brian made an impressive list of accomplishments, including, but not limited to, the acquisition of the library's first automated circulation and cataloging system. It says Dynex 1997, which means nothing to me, but I would imagine it means the world to you, or it did at one point. The acquisition of the library's first integrated library system, which is short for ILS, the Library Corporation TLC 2006. Again, that's industry acronyms for you. A lot of technology. There you go. The library public computing access grants, first awarded through the Gates Foundation in 2006. Second award in the 2007 upgrade. Round 2 computer award in 2010 from the State of Michigan MSU. The county library-wide microfilming program, which began in 1977. Alma became the depository for local reference and film reels. The acquisition of the Gratiot County Journal Project in 1978, which David McMacken was the lead negotiator. Most recently, the purchase of a computer-assisted microfilm reader in 2017. Implementation of the library's publishing programs. The library has published 4 titles under the Alma Public Library imprint and has brokered 3 other titles through its bookstore. Establishment of the Alma Public Library Endowment Fund, created through the Library Board Initiative and Municipal Statute of 1982. He was instrumental in the successful outcome of the 2013-14 Gratiot County tax levy and associated ballot issue. And whereas through Brian's direction, the library has seen 2 major renovation and expansion projects. The first was to add a new meeting room in 1985. The second expansion and renovation project took our library from 7,800 square feet to 26,000 square feet in 2005. The new library is equipped with the most up-to-date technology. The new library's design incorporates open children's spaces and provides separate quiet reading spaces for adults. And whereas Brian's guidance and vision have equipped the library to implement new technologies and have allowed patrons and staff to conduct more and better research. The library has been a huge hit with the community and will offer unique, comfortable community space for many years to come. And whereas now, therefore it be resolved, that I, as mayor of the city and the city commission, city staff, citizens of Alma, commend Brian Didwoody for a job well done and express our heartfelt gratitude and extend best wishes for an enjoyable, well-deserved retirement. And be it further resolved that this resolution be presented to Brian and that it be entered into the official minutes of the Alma City Commission dated this day in 2020. Congratulations, Brian, and thank you. We really do appreciate it. A copy of the plaque for you. I believe the floor is yours.
Well, I want to thank everyone for this. This means quite a bit. But any of the things that Mayor Mates has read off there as accomplishments would not have been possible without the people that sit behind this DS here, as well as the people in the audience and the staff. I was there with them, but everything happened because we had support from the city, we had support from the county, we had support from our staff, and for the general public. That building would not exist if we hadn't had a good vote from our citizens. And we did that to better library services in the community for them. So collaboration is what made everything tweak for me for 43 years. And I was very happy to have that in the associations that I made, especially when we anticipated this being a 5-year trip. It turned into 43 years. It was really a trip of a lifetime, and I'll always be grateful to the city for this. Thank you very much.
Great. Oh, yes. I think we have a motion on the floor, is that correct?
One second.
Okay. So with that, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign? Hey, you got it, Brian. Surprise, surprise, huh? Excuse me. Okay, second is consideration of a resolution of appreciation for Sheila Letourneau on her retirement from the city of Alma.
Move approval.
Support.
Have a motion support, and Sheila is present and hopefully willing to come forward.
My favorite, thank you.
Again, center stage for you too, madam. Okay, a resolution of appreciation is in order. Whereas the city of Alma has been and is fortunate to have dedicated and exemplary employees who give unselfishly of their time and talents to Alma and its citizens. Whereas Sheila Letourneau is one such individual that has conscientiously served our citizens, the City Commission, the city departments of Alma since July 12, 1994. Whereas Sheila began her career working as a part-time clerk typist in the Building and Grounds Department, where her abilities and commitment led to her being hired full-time on September 11th, 1995. And whereas Sheila's dedication, commitment, and cooperative attitude led her to promotion as the Finance/Public Services Secretary on April 6, 1998, and whereas Sheila continued to prove herself as one of the city's indispensable employees when she was promoted to the city clerk / human resources manager on January 6, 2016. And whereas Sheila, and as city clerk, consistently provided timely and accurate minutes of over 70 city commission meetings, as well as meetings of the Rural Urban Fire Board and the Gratiot Area Water Authority. And whereas Sheila has assisted hundreds of customers and residents during the course of her tenure, calmly answering questions, any and all questions regarding the city, any city issue, and many non-city issues, such as what are the hours of the farm market, important things, and what time does the parade start, very key elements in the city. Whereas Sheila was instrumental in the hiring of many of the city's current employees, and whereas Sheila's calm, cool, and collected manner has provided peace amidst many storms, and whereas literally many storms, I know, yes. Whereas the residents and employees of the city of Alma have benefited greatly from the foresight, services, counsel, and guidance of Sheila Letourneau. Now, therefore, let it be resolved that I, and Mayor, and members of the City Commission, city staff, and Alma citizens commend Sheila for her time spent serving so many and express their heartfelt gratitude and extend best wishes for a well-deserved retirement. Be it further resolved that this resolution be presented to Sheila Letourneau and it is entered into the official minutes of the City Commission dated this day in January 2020. Congratulations and thank you. It's been wonderful working with you. You want to say some words?
Well, thank you guys very much. It's been, oh, you're emotional.
That's okay, it's supposed to be.
It's been a wonderful time. When I first came here to work, I thought, oh my gosh, what am I getting myself into? But
Funny, you said that on your last day too.
But it's been a pleasure to work for the city, and like Brian said, without the support of everyone around here, it wouldn't have been like that. So I appreciate you all, and I will miss you.
We will miss you too. Take care. And a wonderful long retirement to you both. We certainly wish the best for you. Okay, once again, I think we have a motion on the floor. So all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign? Hey, she got by two. Okay. Next up would be a consideration of a resolution proclaiming the month of February 2020 as African American History Month. Where notation says the resolution recognizes the anniversary of Public Law 99-244, designated February 1986 as National Black Afro-American History Month.
So moved. Support.
Do you need to read it?
I don't know, do I need to read it?
I don't know, I'm new here.
Shall we read the resolution? Probably should.
You're not required. But
You're not required to.
do it if you want.
No.
It's probably appropriate that we do.
Page and a half.
Page and a half. Ooh, wow. My apologies in advance, folks.
It's okay.
Proclamation of African American History Month. Whereas Carter G. Woodson, as a trained historian from Harvard, knew like W.E.B. Oh, I'm not sure what.
W.B. Du Bois.
W.E. Du Bois. Oh, okay. Du Bois did previously that reason would prevail over prejudice and that the truth of African Americans' contributions to the civilization of the United States would come to fruition. He hoped to raise awareness of African Americans' contributions to the United States and civilization was realized when he and the organization he founded, the Association for the Study of Negro Life and History, conceived and announced Negro History Week in 1925. February 7th, 2019 marks the 93rd anniversary of the Negro History Week, created by Carter G. Woodson, which became celebrated among African Americans and honored their American heritage. In 1976, the bicentennial of the United States of America, the President Gerald R. Ford honored African American history further by dedicating an entire month to the history and culture of African Americans. Whereas Public Law 99-244 designated February 1986 as National Black History Month. This law noted that February 1, 1986 would mark the beginning of the 60th annual public and private salute to black history. The law further called upon the President to issue a proclamation calling on the people of the United States to observe February 1986 as Black History Month with the appropriate ceremonies and activities. Whereas it is fitting and proper to accord official recognition to the many African American citizens of the United States and their sacrifices and contributions to our great nation. Therefore, we honor this memorable anniversary and the African American people whose culture, sacrifices, and honor defended and shaped our great nation. Now therefore, I, Gregory Mapes, by virtue of the authority vested in me as mayor of the city of Alma, do hereby proclaim the month of February 1st through 29th as African American History Month, and ask our citizens to honor the ideals, sacrifices, culture, and contributions of the African Americans who helped build and shape our nation. May these citizens and all they have done for the United States of America never be forgotten. In witness thereof, I have set unto my hand the cause of the seal of the city to be affixed here to you. There we go. Now, did we get a motion on this one? I forget.
We did.
Okay. So all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Very nice. I like that. Although I'm running a lot of voice here, I think. So.
I think that's the last one we
Next up is consideration of a resolution authorizing participation in the Michigan class for investment purposes. The resolution will replace a resolution adopted December 13th, 2003 for the purpose of updating designated signatories. So this is an investment through the state of Michigan Treasurer's Office, I believe. Is that correct?
Move approval.
Support.
Motion and support. Are there any comments or questions on the agreement? Hearing none. Those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. That motion is carried. Okay, excuse me. Next is consideration of adoption of a resolution to release securities pledged as collateral by mercantile bank deposits with the following QSIP numbers and amounts pledged. And we have 3 QSIPs, 2 $1 million bonds, and 1 $2 million bond for a total of $4 million. So we'll entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Support.
Okay, motion support. Just for clarification on people what's going on here, as everybody's probably well aware of, Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation limits, they provide up to $250,000 for individuals and an additional $250,000 for municipalities as far as coverage for our deposits, for money we have on deposit at the bank. So what the bank does, because the city at various times has considerably more than $500,000 in the bank, the bank will pledge these bonds as collateral against that money that goes above and beyond FDIC coverage. So the worst case scenario, if the bank were to not open, the city becomes owners of the bonds, and we can turn around into the open market and resell the bonds to collect our money. So it keeps us whole. It's just protecting the city's funds that are not covered by FDIC insurance. So, fair enough?
Thank you.
Okay. Any additional comments or questions? Hearing none. Those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. And that is carried. And I should mention, I don't know how many years that's been going on, but it's a long-standing practice between us and Merck, and then it's been going on across the state and across the nation for decades, I'm sure. Next is consideration of an annual resolution of intent for fiscal year 2021, declaring Alma Transit's intent to provide public transportation services and apply for state financial assistance with this annual plan in accordance with Public Act 51. Your pleasure. Motion.
Support.
And support. Comments or questions? Any color from staff?
Just to let you know that the numbers, the difference in that is, in order to apply for, is there's a lot of talk about expansion and what we would be looking to do with a countywide. As we're getting closer to some of those discussions and making some plans, of which we will be bringing to you on the 28th of what the plan actually looks like, you have to ask for as much as you can during that period of time, because you can always amend to go back, but you can't amend to go forward. So those are a combination of city, county, and everyone's funds that are not approved yet or anything, but we have to ask for that up front initially.
So you ask for the max because you
Ask for
can't,
the
you
max,
can't go
because
back
you
and ask
can't
for
go back
more.
and ask for more.
But you
so-
can go back
but you
and say,
can
we
go
don't
back
need
and
that
then to
much,
go
we'll
back
take
the
less.
other way.
So-
So once those things are all laid out and those get squeezed down to where we're looking, then that can be amended. And we have, I believe, until August, if I'm correct. Yeah, is when that would be.
Okay.
And so decisions will be made about what's going on in some cases there.
Because the committee is working with
With getting.
various
with
entities in the county.
entities to
Yes.
it.
Okay. Very good. Okay, so I believe we had a motion, did we?
Yes, we
Okay. Any more comments or questions? Hearing none, those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign? Hearing none, that passed, so. Moving on to number 7, consideration of a resolution setting the maximum asset standards to be eligible for a poverty exemption.
Move approval.
We have
Support.
We have a motion support. Are there any comments, questions, or color from staff?
There's no change from,
This is,
Nope, this is just the maximum assets. If an individual would like to apply for the poverty exemption, they can meet the income guidelines, which is what the next resolution, but they can't have over $5,000 in assets, like cash in hand. There's a whole list on the state guidelines of what they can have, because if they have $5,000, then the state is saying that they could pay their property taxes.
Kathy, what's exempt from that? The house exempt from that?
Yes, your house, your primary residence is not included.
Okay.
But if you own a home on Lake Michigan or another home somewhere else, that would be.
Okay, right. Your airplanes.
your airplanes, yeah. Okay, any additional comments or questions? Hearing none, those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion is carried. Consideration of a resolution adopting the poverty exemption guidelines for the city of Alma, Board of Review to implement, which includes the maximum asset standards.
Move approval. Support.
Motion support. Any comments, questions? And again, this is the same as we've done in prior years, so no change.
These federal income guidelines, they do change annually. It's just the income guidelines. So that's the only thing that's changed on here.
Okay, thank you, Kathy. I appreciate the clarification. Still nothing? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. That motion is carried. Moving to ordinances, we have one, consideration of the introduction of ordinance number 815 to amend the zoning map of the city of Alma as it appears in section 32-32 of the ordinances of the city of Alma. This ordinance is to rezone the property at 270 Purdy Drive from R1 Single Family Residential District to a C1 Campus Institutional District, and subject to the conditions set forth in the conditional rezoning agreement. Your pleasure.
Move approval.
Support.
Motion support, color from staff? Cover that?
this is related to Alma College, looking to get involved with the 8-cap building, or the 8-cap program that would be moving there. I know, Eric, you've had your before the planning commission meeting, we've had the community meeting and vetted this thing through the community portions of that. So, and you've received no negative feedback. It's been folks that are definitely for it. To look so that building gets a reuse and becomes useful to the community again.
Okay.
Is that the church?
Yes.
Church. Yeah.
Right on the corner.
Yeah.
There was I think a Lutheran church and then recently a Baptist church and then, but it's right across from the Presbyterian.
Yes.
Right across the Presbyterian.
Okay,
So
good.
be nice to see that building put back to use.
Yes, it will.
Hopefully all of
Building that's in
the
good
vacant
shape.
churches we have in town will find a new life. Okay, any additional comments or questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. The motion is carried. Thank you. To agreements, consideration of a resolution to enter into a lease agreement with Dalton Properties LLC for the lease of cold storage space at the property owned by the city of Alma, commonly known as 6524 North Jerome Road, for the term of 1 year. Your pleasure.
Move approval.
Support.
Okay, we have motion support. Matt, any comments?
This is the
Eric, anybody?
It says, what do you call it, masonry building out on Jerome Road. It's in the city-owned land there. They've been there at this property, I think it's since 2006, I believe it was.
Sounds right.
And there were some changes on their part with name and a couple things, so it was just time to update, at least as opposed to continuing to do another addendum to it with the name change and everything. We went ahead and created a new one. And we'll keep it at a 1 year.
Okay.
For those of us who've been around a long time, I think that was the Hicks Company at one time.
Yes, it
Been a
was.
Long time ago.
Yes,
Is that right, Larry? You probably
it
know.
And
was.
what is the lease that we're getting?
$340 a month for that building.
$340 a month.
Yeah. For that.
And apparently unheated space.
Yes, yes, just a masonry
Just a
building.
box.
Yes.
Okay. So we got the motion on the table. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. The motion's carried. We move to reports. The commissioners may receive the following reports by one resolution. Any commissioner may remove any one item within this, or any or all items within the section for individual discussion and vote, or we can receive them all together. There's 5. There's an Alma Transit December 2019 report, a building permits for December and annual report, Police Department December 2019 report, City Manager's report, and a Finance Committee report. Was the Finance Committee included in this?
Thank you for bringing that up, because I think what we'll look to do, we've made those standing reports on the agenda so that they're there. But the idea would be, we met tonight, we'll report next meeting.
So there wasn't actually
Personnel
supposed to be
committee-
one in
Yeah,
there?
no, we'll meet tonight, report next meeting, then the Personnel Committee will meet before the next meeting and report the following meeting. So we're not trying to do a report 30 seconds before we walk in. So if that's okay with everybody, that's
So it's
the
really
way
4
we
for
see
tonight.
this would be doing. So, yeah, it'll be 4 for tonight.
Okay. So, your pleasure.
Move to receive.
Support.
Have a motion support. Anybody care to pull any items for discussion or vote? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. The motion is carried. Appointments. Consideration of a resolution appointing Roxanne Harrington, that's a typographical error in our agenda.
Or you can let Roxanne Hamilton
Or
go.
Roxanne Hamilton, yes.
Roxanne Hamilton.
I guess we'll leave that up to the motion maker, Roxanne Hamilton or Harrington, to the Gratiot Area Water Authority Board for a 2-year term. I think we have a better chance of Harrington actually showing up for the meeting, but
Move approval.
Support.
we have a motion and support. Any comments or questions? Any objections down the other end? No? Okay, so it sounds like you're willing to take this.
I am.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign? Congratulations, and more importantly, thank you, Roxanne,
Yes,
for willing to
you're welcome.
serve.
My
We do
pleasure.
appreciate it. New business, we have simply just appropriations left, I guess. Anybody interested in paying the bills?
Move to pay the bills.
Support.
Motion and support. Is there any comments or questions? Anybody want to know what's anything's for? All good? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign? Okay, bills have been paid. Commissioner comments? Audra, would you like to be in tonight?
Sure. Child Advocacy is hosting a family carnival and expo on January 25th, which is a Saturday, from 10 to 1 out at YFC Campus Life Building on Cheeseman Road. It is a princess and pirate theme, so if you come, you are welcome to wear a costume, and it's a lot of fun. This is I think our 9th year, or maybe it's our 10th. I've lost track, but it'll be a fun event. It's free to everyone in the community. There's no charge. Carnival games and face painting, and there will be booths of local businesses and recreational groups and organizations, so it's a great time. That's all I got.
Welcome, Sarah, to our meeting, and thanks, Brian and Sheila. See, I called you Brian, you're retired now. I usually get in trouble for calling him Mr. Dinwiddie, so now he's retired, so I called him Brian. So thank you for your service.
Yeah, again, thanks, Brian, Sheila. Welcome, Sarah.
Thank you.
And nothing else to add.
Roxanne Hamilton. Harrington.
Sarah, don't let the hassles get you down. It's only just begun. And Brian and Sheila, you've made a lasting impact, both of you, on the city of Alma, and you'll be both professionally and personally missed greatly. So thank you.
Hey, Mr. Mott.
I'd like to thank Brian and Sheila. They're great to work with. And I wasn't at the last meeting. I had just gotten out of the hospital. And this may be a little bit late, but I wanted to thank Eric and Jeff for all their comments at the Christmas. I pinched myself a couple of times. I thought they were reading my obituary. But outside of telling everybody in Alma who Santa was, the comments were greatly appreciated, and it was very humbling on my part, and thank you for that.
We're glad to do it.
Okay, Roger.
Just my sincere thanks and appreciation and congratulations to the designees of awards tonight. Job well done, everybody. Thank you so much.
Sarah, your opportunity. Okay.
Don't bother me, I'm writing.
I'm super busy over here.
Sheila tell you to be quiet because she never had comments here.
Tell me to say I'm fine.
Okay. Been well mentored, I'm sure. Tony.
Hey Sheila. Thanks for everything. You were fantastic. I'm gonna miss you, but we're in good hands. But it's been great. And Brian, man, you're an icon. And I think you go back to that bond and the way it passed and how much support there was. And I gotta think, because I was on the school board when the Alma bond went down in flames. And I think a lot of that had to do with you and the way you ran the library and the respect that people had for you in this community. You were very nice to give praise to everybody else, but I think you being at the helm helped a lot. And I really do appreciate it, man. It's going to be weird, without you where you were. It's been a long time.
If I may, Brian, I have a copy of the videotape that was made for the library. Buddy produced that, and I happen to have a copy of that if you want the promotion. The greatest thing in that whole thing is we're talking about the books being jammed into the racks, and there's a shot of Gene Kimball with one leg up on trying to pry a book out of the racks, and it's just hysterical.
I think it's amazing that library expansion was 15 years ago. When he said the date, I feel like it was yesterday. I mean, when you walk in there, it looks brand new. I mean, it doesn't look any different than it did. It's hard to believe 15 years that's been. I still call it the new library, the new area, the new section, it's amazing, yeah.
And it doesn't look that good because nobody has been using it either.
No, it's always
It's a
busy.
very busy
I have a
place.
meeting there in the morning. I mean, it's always busy,
Yes.
so.
Which is what it's for. That's why we
Yes.
love that it's
Yeah.
busy.
Yeah, it's
So,
wonderful.
It's a testament to everything you've built there, so.
I can't talk.
Were you done, Tony?
I'm done.
Since we interrupted you.
No, that's good.
Matt?
He won't do.
You guys know me, I tend to get a little emotional. Thank you so much. I can't even begin, especially for the last couple of years. I've known you guys a long, long time, but I didn't get to know you really well until the last couple of years. And I'm going to miss our chats. I learned more about Detroit talking with Brian and how much fun and things we have in common. And Sheila, you were my lifesaver. Well, I appreciate you guys being on, so thank you.
And with that, I certainly want to add my thanks to both Sheila, who has done a tremendous amount of work to make us look good up here, month after month, and we really appreciate that, because that certainly isn't an easy job. We do appreciate all the work you've done. And Brian, I think, was it Larry said you've been an icon? Certainly we built that building around you to try to contain you and keep you here, but you're retiring anyway, so. But the building certainly is a testament, and all the activities on there, just speak volumes of what you've accomplished in your career, and I'm sure you're very proud of it, as we are of you and Sheila both, and in fact, our entire city staff. We just are blessed with so many good, hardworking, dedicated people that are part of this city. We can all be very grateful for that, so our appreciation to all. With that, we'll open the floor to the public, so if anyone would like to address the commission, please go to the podium, state your name and address, and share your thoughts. Who would like to be first? It's going to be short. Okay. Well, thank you all for coming. We appreciate that. We'll entertain a motion to adjourn our meeting.
So moved.
A motion and support, I presume. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. We're adjourned. Thank you very much. And again, congratulations to Brian and Sheila. And Sarah, thank you.